notice that the Disney guy's voice doesn't age? Not Joe the Disney guy, the guy on YouTube that I plugged a while back, but Joe, or not Joe, the Disney guy from he does all the Disney commercials. He says, he's like, whatever. I mean, I don't watch Disney anymore, but because I'm too good for it. I just don't have cable. But they oh, listen to this rhyme.
Been a player ever since I've been born, bitch.
Fucking killed that Tech. Tech is a murderer. He's a murderer. He's the best. He's the greatest. Just that flow. Ugh. He just has all those flows. They're like, ooh, how'd you do it? But yeah, the voice of the Disney guy just hasn't aged. And yeah, that really frustrates me because I've aged. We've all aged. Why hasn't he? I guess I don't know. I felt like I had more to elaborate on that, but I haven't. But next time you watch like a Disney commercial or you come across it, notice that's the voice is the same as when you were a kid. And there's no way they could have pre-recorded all this shit. Yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say. There's no way they could have pre-recorded all this shit because, I mean, there's people that exist now that didn't exist then. There's no, I mean, unless this is some huge conspiracy set up by mainstream media to name people's children after, like, you get what I'm saying. While we're on that note, does the sentence "I'm younger than all of you combined" make sense in any context? Could you ever use that in any context? Could you say, if you're in a room of people, could you ever say, like, yeah, I'm younger than all of you combined? Is that ever... Is there any sort of situation in which you could use that? Is there any context where that would be applicable? I would like to know. Oh, I don't believe in orange. Fuck orange. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in orange. There is only light red and dark yellow. Same with brown and green, nigga. That's the same shit. It's just one's darker. What the fuck are you talking about? I do not believe in orange. I don't believe in it. And not like I don't believe in abortion. No, like I don't believe in it like I don't believe in, like, God. I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I don't know where I stand on that right now, but that's the context I mean it in. Oh, doctors don't give shots, they give stabs. You know what I'm saying? Like don't they stab you more than give you a shot? I mean, I guess a thing is coming out of the thing they're using, so I guess that's like a shot, but listen to this Joker thing. This is featured in my Joker edits download pack. It's not edited, but I just like it. Listen to this skit. It's hilarious.
Hello?
Is this you or is this a voicemail?
Hello?
When are you gonna stop, dude? It's old. Nobody does that anymore.
Nah, I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah, okay, but that's like 10 times now, and it's not funny.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm sorry, man. I just can't help myself. Anyways, what's going on, Shan?
Wait a second. Is this still your voicemail?
No, I told you. I'm talking to you right now, responding to what you just said. This is not my voice.
I don't trust you, though. You've done this like a bunch of times, and you figure out a way to get me every time.
How could I be getting you if I'm sitting here responding to what you just said right now? It's me. I'm on the phone, talking. I'm right here.
I don't trust you, though. That doesn't feel right.
Ah, just kidding. Leave a message,
Oh my
man.
God! It never stops. It never stops with you. Okay, look, it hasn't been funny since, like, I don't know, 7th grade. That's the last time I laughed at anything even close to this. So why don't you grow up? Or, you know, better yet, I'm just gonna stop calling you. Not gonna call you anymore because you're an idiot, and I only want adult friends from now on. Not childish assholes that I have.
Still on the
Are you
phone.
kidding me, dude?
I actually got you to
You're
leave
so
a message
stupid.
this time.
You're so stupid.
I'm listening to you this whole
Stop
time.
laughing so hard. It's not that funny. It was funny maybe the 5th time you did it.
This is too easy.
How did you even get it to beep like
I have
that?
a studio, dude. I
Oh
just
my God.
recorded. I can play it back as many times as I want.
I have
Listen.
no life. you do this thing where you act like you're gonna answer, and then I think that you're gonna do it, and then you do it, but you're not really doing it.
Too easy. It's just bait and switch,
Really?
man. I mean, it's old restricted.
But why don't you just have a normal greeting like a normal person?
Just accept it.
What if this was really important? What if this is an emergency or something? What if somebody was in the hospital? What if your mom was in the hospital and I had to get a hold of you?
If this was an emergency, you can just press 1 the second I start talking, and if it is my voicemail greeting, it'll go straight to the lady talking, and then the beep.
But why put somebody through that? Is this like a control thing for you? Do you need this to feel good about yourself?
If you press 1 and it is me, nothing will happen. You can tell me what you're gonna say. 1 is the command that sends straight to the
I understand that. But why even do it at all? Is what I'm getting at. What is the point?
Because I can.
So I have to check to make sure every time I call you that you're not playing a joke.
Look right here.
Wait a minute. No.
What?
You're trying to get me to do stuff right now.
No?
You're trying to get me to press 1 right now, aren't you?
I don't care if you press 1. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, there's no way I'm willing to believe this is still your voicemail. It's not possible.
Because it's not. I told you it's not my voicemail. I mean,
I'm gonna press 1 then.
I don't care. Press 1 is 1.
Okay, I know logically you could not possibly have seen this far into the conversation and actually recorded all of this for your voicemail greeting.
Dude, I'm on the phone right now. I've been talking to you this whole time.
All right, we're cool. It's all good, but you make me anxious now every time I call you.
You freaking loser.
It's just completely unnecessary.
I mean, how many times I gotta tell you I'm on the phone?
I know, but listen.
What?
I'm still gonna press 1 just to make sure I'm not talking to your answer
I
machine.
told you, go ahead and press 1.
Okay,
I don't
all right.
care. It
I'm gonna
doesn't
press
even
1.
matter. Nothing's gonna happen. At the tone.
Oh my! No!
I thought that was great. The Joker's real. He's like the most slept on dude ever. I seem to always be into the most slept upon dudes ever. That's why I don't have any sort of like hopes for any sort of like any of that shit. I just want to make good music. Speaking of which, I bought Cakewalk Sonar Artist Edition, along with like 30 tutorial videos for how to use like every little bit of it. Like really starting for beginners, like how to open the fucking program. Like, but it really gets into everything, like how to use the EQ, how to use all types of compression, and how compression is, what it is, what EQ is, what like the difference between mixing and mastering, and all that shit. And I'm getting really good at it, guys. Like I can actually, I'm listening to music now, and I'm like, oh, I could make myself sound like that. Like I'm getting it. I'm really fucking like doing it now, and it's fun. It's really fun. So like I've had Audition 2015 down for a while, but I want it to sound really good. You know what I'm saying? I still want it to sound natural because it's still going to be an acapella. But everything after that, aside from Audition 2016, 2017, I don't really want to do acapella. Because I can produce now. Your boy's becoming a producer through Cakewalk Sonar, and the reason I bought Cakewalk Sonar is because that's the one the Joker was using in his videos, where he had in the Joker's Layer Studios or whatever, where he's going on. He has like 3 videos, just giving you some general info. One of them is how to do your compression, and the other one is how to do EQ, and the other one is the difference between mixing and mastering. But he uses Cakewalk Sonar, and he suggests it. And now, after I've been using it for the last week or so, yeah, I really suggest it as well. Because I tried a couple things before it, but I really just ended up just spending the money on Cakewalk Sonar. And I've watched through most of the tutorial videos, and I've studied the fuck out of the Joker's videos. And yeah, I've really learned a lot. Like, it's really cool. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder, but I mean, there's still things I don't know how to do, obviously. But even if I don't know how to do a thing, I know how they did it. Like I don't know how to make it happen, but I can. If I hear something, most of the time now I can tell how. I'm like, I know what they used to achieve that effect, and that's cool. And so yeah, that's where I am with the music thing. I had a couple more topics to talk about. Shit, that's the wrong text document. What was that? Oh, okay. Where were we? Oh yeah, doctors don't give shots, they give stabs. Gotta make sure I can see the video timer. Can you live skullless? Like, cause I know you could take out chunks of your skull and live. How much of your skull can you live without, though? Like, how much? At what point do you die? Like, is there any circumstance in which you could live skullless, aside from having like a weird type of robo skull thing that they build for you. Some like Elon Musk shit, but like no. Is there any is there did I say Elon Musk? I meant Tony Stark. That's how much I get him confused. Elon Musk really is the modern day Tony Stark though. That dude he's basically Jesus. Like that dude makes PayPal and then he spends he like puts 100% of his in his profits from PayPal into Tesla, and now he's putting 100% of his profits from Tesla into putting like these Google satellites into space to give the world free high-speed internet, and then he's gonna use all the profits from that to put an ozone around Mars. Dude, Elon don't give a fuck. You're like Elon is the shit. He's Jesus. He's the best person. Elon Musk is the best person. He's the president. He won a long time ago. It's not even a question anymore. But yeah. Well, speaking of skulls, most of our time on this rock is gonna be a skull. Most of the time on this planet is gonna be a skull. At least like the person who they know is you. Like the person you know is Travis. Most of my time here is gonna be a skull. I'm just gonna be a dumbass skull somewhere. Assuming I don't get like crushed or exploded. I'm just gonna be a skull somewhere. Most of the time. That's gonna be most of my existence as a skull. It's just an interesting thought. Like I'm mostly gonna be bones. If you got your neck cut, this is what I posted on Facebook. If you got your neck like cut, like a clean, like you know, just a clean cut across, but it only cut your windpipe. You know what I'm saying? Could you still breathe if you like leaned into the cut? You know what I'm saying? Like, would that be the best thing to do? Is like lean into it to close it up? Could you still breathe like that and like put your hand over it? Could you still like? Well, I guess there'd be a lot of blood that would be going down. You'd be choking on it stuff, but assuming there was no blood. How about that? Assuming, and for whatever reason there was no blood, even if it's just a hypothetical, like if you got that cut, could you still breathe by just leaning into it? What would you turn into if you didn't die and you just kept getting older? Like, would you turn into like the spine thing from like SpongeBob, the spine grandma lady, like a spleen or something? Like what would happen if you just like what happens if you got to like 90 and you're like, wow, I've like really lived a full life, and then you get to 92, 93, 94, 97 and you're like, wow, this has been a great life. Suddenly you're 105 and you're like, all right. All right. Suddenly you're like 120 and you're like, bruh, but for some, you have a religion or something that keeps you from killing yourself, and you just keep. What would happen to you physically? What happens? And can you grow in a body-shaped cage? Like if if you put a baby, don't do this, and don't ask me why I have these thoughts. I don't know, but like if you were put in like a body-shaped cage that like perfectly. It's just a metal frame that like perfectly forms around your body as a toddler. Assuming they still kept you fed and they kept everything going through your body that you needed, could you physically grow? And if so, what would happen? Would you like crush yourself to death, or like how would that happen? What's that? What happens there? Whoa, I almost forgot to stop this. But yeah, what else? Old people are like the world's greatest rodeo people for like sticking on the planet for this long. Because they're like, this goes over. I gotta start the next video. Hold on.